As you can see, I'm resting, but I got a message. There have been two timelines that have been clearly divided at this time. We're about to witness so much ease in our relationships, and what I'm getting is a lot of psychic attack that is coming in tandem with this up level. A lot of you are going to experience people coming into your life where things are very easy with them. They're very easy. And what is going on, which is very interesting, is people from the past or energies that are now sending out psychic attacks, for a lack of a better term, are going to mirror these new energies coming into your life. This is going to happen almost as a last-ditch attempt to see if you're still integrated with them in that way, or see if they can still wield a level of power over you, because you've been the person who they have done the bare minimum towards. And they believe that if they give you what you had wanted in the past, they can slide on in and eventually take their mask down and infiltrate your future. That's pretty much what I'm seeing. And this psychic attack is coming from a place of them feeling and sensing your detachment and the transition, the successful transition that you've made to be able to now embrace all of these new people, these new energies that are coming into your life that are authentic and easy on your spirit. Something that's interesting that these energies might not know is that for some reason the veil has completely lifted, and you're going to be able to hear them in a very deep way, meaning even if they wanted to hide their true intentions from you, you can hear it in their tone of voice. It's pretty much impossible to avoid, is what I'm hearing. Like, some of them are actually going to completely avoid you because they are smart enough or understand enough to know that there isn't anything that they can disguise from you. Meaning, if they were to come and mirror these people that are, or these energies that are now granted access to your life, these new easy energies I talked about, you're going to see right through them. And some of them have a pride issue. They have this issue of like, they still want to maintain that power over you. Because again, you've been that person that they've done the bare minimum towards. You've been the person who has been kind of tested in that area where you're no longer at. Meaning, you're not looking at people's potential, or you're not seeing their higher self and moving accordingly. You've actually been integrated to see people's lowest selves, and this could have been a very challenging time. And for some of you, it might not be actual psychic attack from these people. It might be the fact that the veil has completely lifted and you're seeing their lowest aspects, and a lot of them can actually sense this as well. And so they could be moving with extra care, or they could be, again, mirroring what they feel like, the download that they're getting of the life stage that you're entering right now. It is a clear transition, and I mentioned this on my threads for those who have made it, because it was so difficult and rocky, the energy that we were integrating, the shadow that we were integrating, that some people have lost their lives. You know what's funny? These energies, right, they know, they can sense that you're about to receive the treatment that you have never received before. The treatment that you so often give to people, and you're actually receiving this now because you're not giving it away anymore. You have, like we talked about it, like compounded that light into yourself to the point where now the spirit has no other option but to actually reflect that back to you in a tangible sense in your reality. And so these people can sense the fact that new people, new energies, new opportunities are manifesting into your life, and they're not fraud. They're not fake, false beginnings. And what they are going to do more likely than not do is try to interfere to some extent. And for some of you, they're interfering in a psychic sense, meaning they are trying to create confusion and fog you back up in your mind, where you're not quite sure of the facts that you already know about them, where you're not feeling like yourself, and you're feeling weakened and tired and all of these things. And these are attacks. These are literal attacks from these people because what they're facing, that is what they're facing 10 times over. If you feel even an ounce of that energy, they're feeling it 10 to 100 times over because it's their karma. And for a lot of you, it's their karma, specifically regarding you. So of course they want to bypass it. Of course, they're going to want you to still play the character, that less than, back burner, side character that they have tried to make you play. And since you're not doing that, they're being served the full dish of what they have tried to dish out to you, and some. In some ways, these people are not going to be able to play you. So what you're going to receive is actually double good treatment, meaning from the people, from the energies that are new, that are aligned frequentially to you, and from these people that are playing a game. And they're doing it in hopes to soften you up, in hopes to sort of grade against your boundary, but you're still going to have that boundary. Like, those I'm talking to right now, you've passed that level. And for some, they're going to just want a piece of whatever that you've got going on. And for others, you're being required to keep them away because they have karma that they need to deal with. They have a debt and you don't want to share it with them. You don't want to help lessen the load. You just don't. So you're going to get double good treatment, period, for all that you have been able to transmute. And more likely than not, you could have experienced new energies very recently, especially towards December, as we've made these chapters, that were almost just maybe there, but not quite. And they were seen as some kind of test, or I want to say like testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, where we've been talking about like actual 3D or real life, like video game status of you being able to act without hesitation, or you're not really having that like hindsight 2020 perspective. You're being very, very in tune to the point where you're acting right as you see what your intuition is telling you. And a lot of you could have experienced those like quote false beginnings, or the almost maybe energies or opportunities, and you've passed. Like, if you're getting this message, you've passed and you've seen through it. You didn't question your intuition, you didn't double back, you didn't give benefit of doubts. You're not in that timeline anymore, and you're about to witness so many miracles. What I'm feeling is like the energies coming in, they don't have that air of like hardness. They're not difficult to experience. They're not going to leave you drained. They're going to be good for your nervous system. They're not going to have that competitive air about them. These are soul spirit connections and bonds for a lot of you, from people that you might have even been with. I'm just hearing this now, like in the astral, from people who've been fighting the same battles. And for some of you, you've actually been crossing paths with these people for like a very long time, being in the same city, in the same cafe, constantly seeing them. Like, this is a theme that I've seen. It's like spirit has us running into each other. These are people that you've crossed paths with, but you've never really had that one-on-one. And if you did, it was just like brushing by. And these are the things that are going to be catalyzed and brought back to the forefront, because all of that backlog, all of that like stuff that's just sitting in the back burner, simmering away, that could have been like damaging to this connection, to these friendships and relationships and partnerships that you're going to build, all of that has been cleared out. And more often than not, the people that are being, those who were used as a test for you, you were their biggest test. You were their biggest test of like underestimating, misunderstanding people, because you were not at all what they had been certain that you were. And this is where they're going to have to go. They're going to have to go down a very different karmic path than you. And they feel it, they know it, and this is why you might be feeling their heavy, down, low energy. It's not yours. It is not yours.